no matter what service you're doing, you're looking for some type of return,
And
right?
we're going to get into the nitty gritty about what you need. And I think almost anyone can do this. I'm honestly going to say everyone is not either mentally, spiritually, or physically equipped to deal with this particular type of service. But if you have patience, a spacious environment, you care about others, then this could be something for you. If you are like me, a retiree, if you are working and it seems like you're not really making a lot of ends meet, in this economy, things are super expensive. Like you're darn near paying a car note buying eggs, right? So I think having a little extra money around is good for being able to catch up on bills, is whatever your jam is. But the important thing is being able to make this money and understand that it is tax free money. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back. Today is Monday. It is Lux Tea Talks Monday, and I am here to share some valuable information with you guys. I did post some of my questions on my Facebook and Instagram. I am grateful for some of the likes and comments, but some people did not understand the assignment, so it was not a lot of questions there. However, I have gotten questions all week about this one particular subject that I feel like it is valuable to many others out there. So if you guys are interested in learning how to make some tax-free money, just stay tuned. Jesus, let me know, but they show no fish. Yeah, say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. It ain't say you found it, but she doesn't want.
Okay, so yeah, we're talking about extra income, and this is tax-free income. Is not counted as workable income, but it is income. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go through about 5 characteristics that you're gonna need, and I know you're wondering, what the heck is it? It is a positioning of having a servant's heart and wanting to show love and care for others, right? It could be for the elderly or it can be for little people, is what I call them. Today, we're going to talk about little people. And when I say little people, this is foster care. So if you have some of these characteristics and never thought about, becoming a foster parent, then I want to share some information with you because there are children that need you. And if you are someone that is ready to position your heart, your mind, your body, soul, and spirit, and all your prayers, then you could become a foster parent. And I'm just going to give you a couple of characteristics that you'll definitely need to have initially to even consider becoming a today. Foster parent. And the reason I chose this for Lux Tea Talks today is because there are many of you, especially 50 and older, who have either retired, have been cut down hours at work because there's a lot of people, cutting jobs. And if you're not someone who is open right now for all of the changes, with tech and things like that, this could really be a good opportunity for you to be able to share your heart. Like I said, have a servant's heart, and then be able to have a little bit of extra cushion income to assist you as well as share your home and your heart to another individual. And I said that, we could do this by caring for elderly as well as little people. And just once again, I'm talking about just little people today, okay? So in order to become a foster parent, 5 characteristics that you are definitely going to need in order to be able to even think about becoming a foster parent. First thing, patience. And I'm looking at my notes because I had to write notes. You will have to have patience. Oftentimes, more than others, foster children come in with different levels of trauma. And all of trauma, when we say trauma, is not always like they haven't always just been physically attacked or, sexually abused. Sometimes it's mental, or sometimes they have a parent that may have been sick or, unfortunately, a parent that may have passed away. So it's just so many different types of trauma that a child could have experienced. So you're going to have the patience to be able to, set boundaries, but share love. You're going to be able to have like a calm spirit because oftentimes when they have trauma, they may or may not, but before you even think about starting, honey, you got to have some patience just in case. It takes time for them to understand that they're in a safe place, and the reason they're away from their family is for safety. But initially, their main thing is they want to be with their parents. So you got to have patience to be able to deal with that mindset that's being created via the trauma. Second characteristics, you're going to have compassion and empathy, right? It's really easy to say, hey, it's going to be all right, just chill. No, you got to have compassion and empathy and the ability to understand how the child is feeling without judging their feelings. Instead of asking questions like, what's wrong with you, baby? What's wrong? You got to be able to say, listen, I know this is really hard, and I'm here for you to talk to me. I'm here if you just want to cry. If you want me to just sit, then I'm here. Right? That's showing compassion without being judgmental, and having that empathy of knowing that they're literally going through something. But at the end of the day, their main focus is, when in the hell can I go home? And so you got to be prepared to be able to help them through that process. And just know that you won't be in it alone. If you just feel like this is something I can do, I can share my heart, you have support from. So you don't have to go in it blindsided. You will get trained, but no one can train you for being a caring person. No one can train you to be compassionate. They can train you on how to set boundaries and be supportive via your compassion. But can't nobody train you to be compassionate, honey. That's got to be in you. All right. So, third characteristics, flexibility and adaptability. So, in foster care, it is very unpredictable. So, there are court dates, visitation schedules, therapy appointments, and then there's reunification plans. You have to be flexible and adaptable. It's really hard. I mean, when I say adaptable, I'm not saying, change your full home dynamics. No, because that's your home, right? It's just so many home culturistics that, and the dynamics are so different that you have to be prepared to adapt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to give a little, you got to be able to be adaptable. Fourth characteristic, you have to have a commitment to teamwork. When I say teamwork, there are agency workers, therapists, teachers, psychiatrists, medical workers, attorneys, volunteers, and the parent, the biological parent. So you got to be able to be a team player. Number 5, this is one of the biggest ones. You have to have emotional resilience. And what I mean by that is you got to have the ability to love and accept children. And then a lot of people ask me, like, I don't, how do you do that? Like, when they come and you fall in love with them, like, how do you let them go? Well, the emotional resilience is knowing that it may hurt a little bit when you go into this type human service that you're doing. It's the purpose is for that child to be reunited, if at all possible. But because I know I have these characteristics, I'm willing to give a child a try. Now, honestly, I pray about it before I accept, a child. I pray about it. I'm like, Lord, is this my assignment in this season with this child? Or are you giving me the okay to accept this particular child to share care, love, keep safe until I get the green light for them to, exit. And although this is, you're going to get that reimbursement, so this is like a income, not income, you're not going to get rich, but it is going to be supplemental. If you're retired or something like that, and you have the time, the patience, and you could take a child in to show that love and show some support, some structure, you've helped this child for however long you had to help, and you've been able to make that additional income, not income. And if the child is in your home, I know in Alabama, if the child is in your home for at least 6 months, when you file taxes, you can file taxes with that child on your tax return. So that's additional income. You don't have to pay taxes out, but you can count that child care tax credit on your taxes. So if you have a service heart and you have all 5 of these characteristics, at least to start with, then being a foster parent may just be for you. And what better way than to make additional funds in your home than to share your servant's heart with another individual who truly, truly needs it. If you have any additional questions about becoming a foster parent, then I am open for questions. You can share your questions on my DM on Instagram, Facebook, actually more so Instagram. But irregardless, no matter what service you're doing, you're looking for some type of return, right? So technically, let me say first, this is not considered income, but it is income, right? So I said that you guys are going to have a couple of key characteristics in order to be able to provide, this type of service to receive federal funds, right? But it is tax-free federal funds. So what am I talking about? Well, oftentimes when you retire, your income is a little different from what you used to, or sometimes in retirement you get a little bored because you're used to having that basic 9 to 5 every day, and you're like, what can I do with my time? And I've even heard that some people have like some minimal of like little depression that might kick in because you're not used to just like not really doing a whole lot of things, especially if you have not scheduled out how your day is going to go once you do retire. So although I'm not depressed about not doing a whole lot, I can honestly say that. But irregardless, no matter what service you're doing, you're looking for some type of return.